All right, so today we're planning on tackling this rear axle, primarily just because we want to be able to clean the bearings and clean everything up. Right now, it's very dirty, and the bearings are pretty smooth, but they feel a little crunchy. So we're just going to go through everything, pull it off, clean everything up. So like everything else we've been doing, this is my first time doing this, so I don't really know everything, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to mark all the locations on the axle where everything is so I can put it back. I'm also going to lay it out on the table in the order I take it off so that it stays in the order it's supposed to be. I'm sure I can adjust things anyway, like as I put them on the cart, you know, maybe the brake caliper needs to go one way or the other, or the gears here need to go one way or the other. But I want to keep these hubs where they're at so that the spacing's correct. And I want to make sure the bearings are where they're supposed to go so they slide into the holders a little better. But I might leave things a little bit loose so then I can move it around and get it into place. So here we go. So first we're just going to mark everything. I'm just going to mark on the back side here. And it's not going to show up great. It's a black Sharpie, and how great could that be? But as long as they're really close to where they should be, I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just going to mark right around here. And of course, you know, being it's really dirty, things are going to be hard to mark, but that's what we're going to do. Looks like most everything on here is Allen keys. So we're just going to get everything really close. That, and then there's a key. We're just going to put those together. And I believe our bearing, it does have a set screw, but it's not, whoever put this on did not tighten it. We're just going to loosen it a little bit so we don't cause any damage. This is like a collar or a stop. This one. And then we have another collar over here. And our sprocket. Loosen these while it was on the cart, because then it wouldn't move around like it is. Once you get them loose, it's not so bad. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this all assembled or disassembled, and then we'll come back. Okay, got it all taken apart now. So we just have our blank axle here. And then we have them in order from hub to hub here. I'm going to use just some good old-fashioned brake clean. And then we're going to use Tri-Flow lubricant for our bearings. So we're just going to work through each part. I'll probably time-lapse this a little bit because it's probably boring to watch me clean stuff. But I probably won't talk much, so I also have a little brush here to help me get into stuff. Almost killed myself. Oh my God. All right, there we have it all together again. Bearings spin very freely. No noise, doesn't sound like there's sand in there. Then we'll drop it in the chassis and kind of align everything. I did get most things back where they were supposed to be. I did have to do a little bit of Scotch-Brite on this side because the brake caliper was very tight and hard to get off, but that's makes sense considering brakes get really hot. So it's just probably seized on there a little bit. So some of this might have to move around, but we're probably going to have to move things around anyway, depending on where the brakes line up and the chain lines up for this sprocket. But now everything's clean. Like I even Scotch-Brited the rest of the axle here, so the rust is all gone. Yeah, so we're looking good for today. Cleaned up rear axle. Now just after I paint the frame, I'll be able to drop it in there. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff they want you to do. Hopefully you're enjoying this build as much as I am. And I'm not sure what we'll do next. Probably something along the lines of painting. Because it is starting to get cold. Today is only 42 degrees. So hopefully we'll catch you next time. These videos come out every Friday. I'm trying to release them every Friday morning, so hopefully that works and everybody enjoys them. Have a good day.